here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Descent into Avernus. This has been quite the run. I'm really excited to be back today, and I'm not gonna delay any further. Let's just get right into it. I'm so excited.
That hurt my heart the most was the cover thing. That really hurt me. Like whenever you couldn't cast, who was it that couldn't cast Eldritch Blast because
Me. That was me. That was a lair. And the
Yeah,
thing is I didn't realize the custom rule where we didn't have to. There was no cover, and I didn't know it. I was just going by the basic rules, and they're in the book. And I wish I had known that. I would.
all right, let's go. So, on our last session, right? You guys have been hired by the Flaming Fist to investigate the Dead 3 cultist activity in Baldur's Gate. And the Dead 3, according to Captain Zodge, who I want to say hired, but that's not quite accurate, uh, who commanded you to investigate on behalf of the Flaming Fist. According to him, the Dead 3 have just been going on murderous sprees, running amok, and sowing chaos throughout the city. And during all of this, refugees from El Toro have flooded to Baldur's Gate, and the Flaming Fist is overwhelmed. So they hired, quote unquote, you guys to kind of investigate the cult activity for them. You found the location of the cult's hidden dungeon. You started working your way through it and found that the cult was full of deadly adversaries. And it was during combat with the spellcaster Fleneth, Azimus had unfortunately lost his life. And as we discussed at the end of last session, the party, most of you are still extremely hurt, and you are actually still inside the Dungeon of the Dead 3. And it's at this point, I would ask, what are you going to do?
Well, I think a general consensus is we're going to take Asmus here and go tell the gentleman whom we saved earlier he owes us one.
Exactly. Right? Everybody's hurt. They're on very low health and resources. So we are going to do a planned retreat from the Cult of the Dead 3. And so you guys scoop up Azimus's body and start working your way out through the dungeon. Leaving through the path that you had entered, you don't find any resistance, and you make it back up to the bathhouse and into the city proper.
When we came out into the bathhouse, was there anybody there, and what was their reaction to us? If there was anybody
there wouldn't have been. Remember when you guys went down, there were a couple attendants of the bathhouse, but when the cultists kind of came up from the hidden door and attacked you, they ran off, and they still haven't returned. So when you get to the surface, there's the corpses of the Dead 3 cultists there, the men in the black cloaks that had attacked you. They're still there. But as far as the actual attendants or any civilians, there are none. It is deserted.
Including the workers that were out by the front gate when we came in?
Yep, they have ran for their lives. There's crazy men attacking the bathhouse.
Gotcha. Well, let's get a move on. This body's heavy.
Okay. So where to?
I believe, looking at my notes I did not write down, he said he was somewhere in the regurgitates names district.
That was very good. Yeah, that's actually exactly what it was. Looking at our map of Baldur's Gate, remember you guys are currently in the lower city. Actually, I have a map for you. A position on the map for you, I should say.
Oh, how handy.
Our bathhouse is right here. Kind of on the threshold of the lower city and where it meets the upper city. And you all are familiar with Baldur's Gate. You've been here for some time, or you've read the Gazette. and you know that the lower city is kind of like the common people, and the upper city is where the wealthy and the patriarch live. So, looking for our friend the noble, we would be heading to the upper city.
Do we remember what the guy's name was?
Do I remember what the guy's name was? It's been 2 weeks. Yes, his name was Klim, and Klim has a second name, and I have to look at what it was.
Remember it. It's Jesso.
You're right, because we made the joke about him, the Rogue One joke.
Yeah, generic. Yeah.
Klim
Buff,
Jesso.
is there any way you can hand us an editable handout that we can keep notes in as like a party?
You absolutely could. There you go.
Thanks, sir.
Where would I find that?
In your journal. At the top. It says player notes.
There it is. Notes and stuffs.
Yes, quite.
So, to the rest of you, just ever so kindly, after taking quite a bit of a beating, and I need to go and clean up my clothes because they're a little bit scorched. Where the hell are we going now? Because we got a dead guy. And I doubt we're getting any further down. Should we just wander back to the guards, bury him up first, maybe?
Well, Avernus is dead, and I don't know if there's a time restriction on this. I don't think we should be worrying about our clothes right now.
Have you seen the state of me? I'm currently a little bit blackened and charred at the minute, if you can't tell.
But you can see that Alaire is too. He was almost killed by it.
Yeah, Constantine's he's a little bit limping along at the minute. He's barely hanging on.
We should ask around for this House Jasso.
Agreed. Perhaps we make our way to the upper city. I'm sure a name like that rings a bell with a few guards.
Yes, definitely.
Make way to... Is that a gate right there?
It is.
Let's head there.
All right. You find it's not a gate so much. I mean, there is kind of a retaining wall that separates the lower city from the upper city, but there's no real barrier on this wall. It's just it's more ornamental than anything, and you can pass through from the lower to the upper city unimpeded. And there are some people kind of mulling about. There's a tavern nearby. You can see there's an inn, and there's a couple just they look to be like Flaming Fist guardsmen kind of mulling about in front of the tavern.
Shall we ask?
Yes, definitely.
Excuse me, and I'll hold up the badge. Was hoping for a moment of your time. Had a question.
Currently off duty, brother.
Forgive me.
I mean, maybe I can assist. What is it that you're looking for?
We're looking for a family house with the name Jasso. Told that he told us they lived here in the upper city, and we're hoping maybe you had an inkling as to where we might find this house, Jasso.
Oh, yeah, actually, you're not far away. This here, and he points to the tavern behind him. This is the Splurging Sturgeon. If you go further up the road, there's a second tavern, the Blushing Mermaid. The Jassos, their estate is just adjacent to the Blushing Mermaid.
Thank you
very much.
And I'm gonna reach into the
Hey, Florix, how you doing?
what's his name?
Asimus?
I'm gonna reach into Asimus' pocket, fish around for a coin.
All right. I mean, there's not much he can say about that, right?
Buy yourself a drink on us for your hardship and helping us on your day off. I appreciate it. Only like a silver or so. Something he can get himself a
Sure,
drink.
sure. He takes it and gives you a little half salute. And you see the two of them go back inside the splurging sturgeon.
By the way, just to get an idea of what's going on, do we stink since we've been like wading through sewage?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Through sewage, and you're covered in blood. And some of you, especially those that were hit by that were closer to the epicenter of the fireball, you have an almost acrid kind of sulfury smell that's lingered from the spell.
I was like 15 feet from.
No, they're still in Baldur's
when
Gate.
You did that, so yeah, I'm surprised I still have clothes on. It was sort of a joke.
Scrunching my nose. Shall we?
I think we shall.
On we go. And I'll continue to drag Azimus.
Okay. You head up the
shoulder
road.
carry if I can do that.
Yeah. I imagine his feet is just kind of dragging on the ground.
Could you ping on the map again where we are? Because I didn't see the last time we did that. Oh, okay. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're in the northeast section of the upper city, over here somewheres ish. So you travel further up the main road there, and you are able to find the Blushing Mermaid quite easily. It's known as you approach. You are already kind of aware of the mermaid's reputation. It's known for a meeting place for those that want to conduct, let's say, extra legal activities. And it's a noisy and boisterous place, and there's a raucous atmosphere that you can hear coming halfway down the block. And immediately across the road, you can see a medium-sized estate that is surrounded by a 9-foot-high gate. And you can see that there's a placard next to the main gate, which is currently locked, that says Gesso.
Are there any guards by the gate?
No guards, no. But you do see that on the street side of this gate, there's a small brass bell with a rope kind of hanging down.
Alaire hurries over to the rope and pulls it.
Okay. Pulling the rope does nothing. You see that there's a metal object kind of tied midway up the rope where it's inside of the bell.
I think you're supposed to ring it, Alaire.
Oh. All right, I ring. I bring it back and forth to ring it.
All right. So you start shaking this thing, and it's clang, 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 clang. And then you see that off of the main estate, off to the side, there is a much smaller building, and you see the door open, and a man dressed in a servant's uniform comes out to the gate and stands on the other side. He says, "How could I help you?"
Is Master Clem around?
Yes. He actually has just returned not long ago. He was in a very sorry state. What business do you have with Mr. Clem?
We're the reason he's alive and is now home and comfortable, so to speak.
You see our state? We are in the same state that he was in.
Ah, I see. Well, I regret to inform you that Master Clem has given me strict instructions to not allow you onto the property.
Specifically us?
Yes, sirs.
Is there a reason given?
I can only speculate, sir, but it would be unbecoming of me to make such accusations against my master.
course. Would you deliver a message to your master for us?
I could do that, sir, but I don't know what use it would have.
Well, we will respect his wishes either way. But if you could try, we'd be very appreciative. And
Alaire
if
would
he
like to try something.
Sure.
if he turns us away, I'd be more than happy to oblige.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my awakened mind thing that I get from you know, having the pact with the Great Old One, basically giving
Ooh.
telepathy.
Okay.
And I want to speak into his mind and say, "This is very serious. This is a matter of life and death. I think you should speak to Klim and get us entered."
He kind of scrunches up his face, confused as to where the source of the voice is coming from. And he speaks out loud. Who said that? What's going on?
I'll say out loud, "I did."
Did what?
And back in with telepathy, I'll say again, a matter of life and death. Speak to your master.
He grabs at the buttons on his shirt, and you see he looks very afraid. Sir, are you threatening me?
No,
I did not. What?
I'll point to the charred corpse of Asmus. That's the death that I speak of.
Oh no.
Listen.
What has happened to your friend? As if you
Trying-
just now noticed the dead body you're carrying.
Our friend died saving Klim Jasso.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna spin a little lie too, and we may have reason to believe that your master might still be in danger as well.
I don't see that. I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but my master isn't here. He arrived, detailed what had happened to him, and then he promptly gathered what little belongings he could and fled.
I'd like to inside him.
Sure. Let's see the roll.
Because I don't really trust that. 11.
Okay. You can't really get a good reading on him. Like, you don't see any hint that he's lying, but that doesn't seem like trustworthy information.
Yeah, just turning to the rest of you guys, and just in a little bit of a hushed whisper. I would just pull out the badge and go back to my old tricks, but I'm a little bit beat up and I'm afraid of what's standing behind that door.
Wait, so you say your
I mean,
master's
we
not
could
here?
do it.
No, sir.
Is anyone else of the Jasso family home?
No, sir.
Well, then nobody would know if I took a look, and I'm gonna drop the body of the Azamar.
So he kind of steps back from the gate, which I remind you is still locked between the two of you. He's like, sirs, please, let's not be hasty. It's only me here. Truth be told, it's been only me for quite some time. The rest of the serving staff has left long ago, but it is my duty, my honor to serve the noble family, and I will remain until I am formally dismissed.
Why has everyone else left?
Well, you see, the Jasso family has fallen on bad times recently. Alien, you can see that he's telling the truth. You see, Klim's mother has died recently, and his father, a patriarch in the city, is ailing and soon to be no longer of this world as well. Klim and his 3 younger siblings all crave equal shares of their inheritance, which they would squander. It's sad to say that because there can't be an agreement on how the inheritance is to be split, all of the funds have been tied up in courts and lost in legal fees, and unfortunately, the noble Jasso family is broke.
Greedy bastards.
That's why there is no longer any other working staff. When the payments stopped, they all abandoned their posts. But not I. I am much too proud, and my family have served the Jassos for generations. And so I will remain.
Angrily, Alair turns to the rest of the party. If they're broke, they're useless. We need to get him to a temple.
Please, sir, don't be angry. You must understand, my master would say anything to have himself safely escorted out of that wretched prison where he was kept.
Yes, and we did exactly that, and our friend died because of it.
I'm so very sorry. The boy is he's pertinent and self-centered. I really do feel for your friend, but there's not much I can do. I have some coins, a pittance that I have saved here. I'd be willing to offer them to you if you'd like.
Save your money, but let your master know he owes us, and we'll come for that debt.
Still scowling, Alair says, "Yes, I agree. Keep your money."
I wish there was really something I could do. Is there no one else you can turn to for help?
What is I've got some skill in religion. What's the local god here that would be most likely to resurrect someone if we had the coin?
Ah. Well, there are quite a few temples here in Baldur's Gate. What's up?
What's the local god here? The Forgotten Realms god that would would most likely resurrect someone if we had the money.
I think they have a ton.
Yeah, pretty much any temple would be able, as long as you can provide. So he looks at you and he says, "Well, here in the upper city, there's the Hall of Wonders, priests devoted to Gond, and also up in the upper city, there is the Ladies' Hall, where the clerics of Timora tend to congregate. And
if I remember right, Timora is luck and Gond is craftsmanship.
You are correct. Quit interrupting me. There's also the Watchful Shield, where the Acolytes of Helm worship. They're just east of the Dragon's Gate. And there's a couple more in the lower city as well. There's the Shrine of Suffering, and then there's the Water Queen's house. Although it's not really encouraged that anyone just wander to the Water Queen's house. Her acolytes tend to be more secular and not very welcoming to the public. Oh, gotta close the door.
I apologize for interrupting you.
I think that was me, actually.
That's all good.
Perhaps Timora is who we should seek. After all, I am a heavy believer in luck.
He pulls out the pouch again. But a temple won't help you if you don't have the coins to pay for the services. Are you sure that you won't take this?
How much you got?
He opens up his
Don't
little
take
purse
the
and he
nuts.
starts counting. 18, 19. Oh, it's not a lot, sir.
Yeah, concentrate. He's just gonna step on. You're not taking the man's money. It's bad luck to take it for something you haven't even done. You have not done nothing for the man. See,
I-
master, you've got a problem.
I
with.
know who we should find. If there's a temple to Lathander, they Lathander is the god of spring, birth, renewal, and youth. Renewal being the specific word that I'm referring to.
Well, do we know who Azimus may have worshipped himself?
I never asked.
It's a good
I
point.
know,
Is there any
nor
holy
did
symbol
I.
on him? Is there any holy symbol on him, actually?
Quickly looks through character sheet.
No.
That's actually a very good point.
He worshipped the star gods. Yes, that was it.
Oh my
He
god.
worshipped someone.
No, he doesn't say.
All right, I say we try our luck, or Lathander, either one.
I think we should try Lathander. I'm not sure. Luck sounds more like something a gambler would want.
Somebody say
Oh
gamble.
no, he did say. He said Serenade, but that's not Forgotten Realms.
Whoops.
Maybe if we went to the temple, if we're dead set on getting him resurrected and brought back to us, maybe if we offer to do something for the temple itself, we can recoup whatever losses we have to them, and we might just be able to help him out. Anyway.
That's a very good.
And he might just bring him back.
Perhaps.
I think that's our best way, because there's no way in hell, unless we turn to a bit of a dodgy crime across the street there in the... Sorry, what was the name of it? The Blushing Mermaid?
The Blushing Mermaid.
The Blushing Mermaid. If we don't go across there and maybe smuggle a few people in and out of town, taking whatever bits of coin we have, not that it's a hard job, we might have a bit of trouble scraping together said coin.
No, I think we'd need a lot more than we'd be able to get that way. I think we should go to a temple of Lathander and beg for their mercy and offer to do something for them if they require it.
You there, servant. Do you know of a temple of Lathander in Baldur's Gate?
No, sir. There's no such temple within the city.
Well, as my father always said, Lady Luck is smiling.
Sounds good to me.
Sir, if you don't mind me asking, how is it that you happened upon my master?
Saved his ass in a dungeon.
Yeah.
Cultists.
Yes, I have heard that, but why were you there?
We're trying to cleanse the city of the worst of occultists, and we found a portion of their lair, and your master was taken captive by them.
And you do this on your own? Truly, you are wonderful people.
Yes, on our own.
Well, that and by order of the Flaming Fist.
Oh. Well, the Flaming Fist are a well-funded militia. Have you asked them for coin, maybe?
We're new to the Flaming Fist, but it strikes me they don't care about the loss of one minor regime member.
That may be true, although Azimus was an Azimar. It may.
Do we know that?
Believe they get some luck. Oh yeah, we knew.
Yeah, remember he transformed in front of you guys.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
They may consider it a good act to revive someone of that stature.
No?
Lead the way.
Yeah, I'll go for it if you want to, but like I said, unless we can swap some sort of labor in exchange, there's not going to be much looking at for us.
So yeah, just to be clear, we're going to go to the Flaming Fists, ask them for cash.
On the way there, I'm going to mention, I don't think Zod is going to be too happy that we've come back from this investigation once again.
Right?
And asking.
Zod might just... he might just stab us and finish us off while we're standing there.
Alright.
Perhaps
So-
we put him on ice and come back to him.
Put him on ice. Oh my god,
That was
that's
the-
awful.
Put Asimus on ice, go finish the job so Zaj won't be mad, and then go.
Find a cleric to gentle repose him every couple of days.
Oh my god. Alright. So we travel back to the east towards the Basilisk Gate, where Zaj was stationed with his regiment, keeping out the refugees. As you approach, you can see that the spectacle here, the relationship just keeps deteriorating with every passing hour. As the refugees get more and more hungry and exhausted, they become more prone to violence, which in turn provokes a very hostile response from the Flaming Fist. And as you approach, you can see Zaj is walking about the ranks of the Fist as he screams and cusses, berates the men because they're not performing adequately.
He seems in a wonderful mood. Constantine, I'll let you handle this one.
Hey, I was just about to say to you guys, I might just hang back for this one. But
I can do it. Aware has the skills to do this.
Right?
Terrific.
I will follow you up, but I'll let you do most of the talking.
Okay. Alaire will pull his cowl down, what's left of it, I guess, and walk up to Zaj. Sir, we need to speak.
Oh? Have you finished the job I sent you on?
Well, first off, out of character, do we remember the names of the, or did we ever learn the names of the two people that we killed in the tyrant section of the man and the woman who were
The necrophytes or whatever? The Necro Might?
Yeah, he did say the name, but I don't think we would ever learn it from.
Well,
Oh no,
no,
actually,
because they never said
from
their
the-
own names.
no, not. Yeah, I did overhear a name. And
Yeah, you're
I
talking
didn't say
Yignath
that, but
and
honestly,
Kazira.
I can't even remember it right now.
but we wouldn't know those.
Yeah, you wouldn't know them. Maybe,
Yeah, that
actually,
was
I think at one point
Yignath.
the man went
No.
like, Kazira, attack! And then, so I would say you know maybe one, but I don't see it being useful.
Nah, I'm talking about the time where the Buckethead, the old woman who fireballed us all to death, she said that's Yignats.
Yes.
Not that I would be able to tell.
I would. Good luck.
Okay, well, anyway, my point is that what I want to do is to persuade Zaj to our point of view. So if at any point you need me to roll a persuasion roll, I'll do
Oh,
it.
don't worry, I will tell you.
Captain Zaj, we found the lair of some of these cultists.
So they're dead.
Several of them are.
What do you mean,
However,
several?
One by the name of Kazira. She seemed to be an important one.
Oh, okay. Why are you dancing around with the specifics? Didn't I send your group to eradicate this threat? To remove them from my list of growing stressors and annoyances?
Here is your specifics. One of our group was an Azamar, and this Azamar saved our lives and sacrificed his own. You can see, I'll point over to where Asimus is. You can see our dead companion is there, and as I said, he's an Azamar. He's a chosen one.
Why do you keep saying that? What concern is it to me?
He is a representative of his god, and he sacrificed himself for
What?
our mission.
You're crazy, boy. All that means is somewhere down in his family tree, some human has fornicated with the Celestial. Don't try to snowball me, okay?
Whispering to Constantine. Told you.
I'm currently up next to him.
So wait. So what is your end game here? What are you getting at?
We want to get him resurrected, and we don't have the coin for it.
Ah, you should have led with that. Now, let me just make sure I fully understand the situation. I gave you a job to do. You failed to do the job. Your idiot friend got himself killed, and now you want a forward on the payment?
No, that's a very poor assessment of what I said.
Oh, I think it's a very accurate assessment of what you said.
No, you gave us a job. We, in the commission of your job, one of us died, and we want to resurrect him so that we continue and finish the job.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you an advance on your payment. But I need insurance that the job is going to be completed. And to this effect, I'm going to issue one of my own men to accompany your group. Make sure there's no more failures. As if we didn't have enough to worry about as it was. Zarian, where are you?
Shit.
Right here, sir.
That took you long enough.
Sorry, I was running. I was sprinting with the other comrades.
Listen, I know that we could use you here, but something has changed. The Dead 3 cultists are proving to be too much of a threat for these guys, these hearty adventurers that assured me they could take care of them. So you're going to be running with them.
I will bolster their ranks.
And
Several of their numbers are now dead because of us. We put our lives on the line for you, Zaj.
he turns and he looks at you, and you can see like his eyebrow is twitching as as he registers what you said. He says, "Now you listen to me. If you recall, your life was forfeit the minute you stepped into my field of vision. If you would prefer, I could kill the lot of you now. It wouldn't even be illegal. I could just simply say you are impeding my official business, and the patriarchs would reward me for removing something that caused a delay in their flow of gold. Now, I don't want to hear anything else on the subject. I will give you half of the agreed upon payment. It should be enough to resurrect your friend, and my man here will make sure the job is done correctly."
Like steaming angry, Alaire keeps his mouth shut. He knows when to keep his mouth shut, but you can tell he's furious.
Constantine is just standing next to you, keeping his mouth shut, just a little bit on edge. But I want to say something, but I'm just not gonna do it because I'm gonna get a punch across the face.
By the way, that for any of those people listening, or for anybody here, that was me failing my persuasion roll without actually rolling persuasion.
Oh yeah.
It's very much like real life.
Don't worry, I'm taking detailed notes.
All right. He goes and he gets a coin purse, and you can see inside there is 500 gold pieces. And he looks to all of you. Half of the agreed upon amount. And now you're full commission for this job.
Did I get that right? Like, did he say we're getting half of the money up front? Half of the full commission?
Yes. Originally, he said that if you were successful, he would give you 200 gold pieces each. And as he gives you the 500, he even lets out a snarky comment. "Pray I don't renegotiate our conditions any further."
Thank you, Master Zaj. I'll take the coin.
gonna have a little wander back to Talion.
How'd it go?
Yeah, not too.
Not
Actually,
great.
good enough. We got half the money, but I'm just gonna say now it's not coming out of my half.
I turned to
Wait, hold on.
uh,
Did we hear him right? Are you sure he didn't say that was enough to cover the
Yeah,
resurrection?
He did say it was enough to cover the resurrection.
Yeah.
It was just half of our total commission.
Which I think he then said is now our full reward.
That is what he said.
Oh, I see. So he cut our pay in half.
Well, we came back to him twice empty-handed, so. And
One of
we
us-
killed we got the person. Well, we didn't get a person killed, but his friend died on our watch.
Yeah, but again, one of us died doing his dirty work for him. But okay.
I think Zorian would turn to Zaj before following them outside and say, "Don't worry, we will either return successful or dead," and then leave.
Did he say we were going to return dead?
Always a possibility. Yeah, he did.
Hello, friends. It's so nice to meet you. Sorry we had to come to such disturbing circumstance to meet, but here we are.
Can you describe Zarian for us?
Zarian is he's 7'11".
Good
Seven.
really?
He's 7'10". He's about 340 pounds. So he's just a hulking humanoid figure. He's wearing chainmail. He has a shield and a warhammer strapped to his side. And you can see a holy symbol of cord around his neck. And he has black, sort of rough markings all over his body. His skin is it looks very thick. But he's always wearing a bit of a smile on his face. He has blue eyes and no hair.
What race is he?
He is a Goliath.
Goliaths are half
giant man.
giants.
Pretty much.
Hey, you're a tall fella, aren't you?
Yeah, Talion's going to walk up face to chest with Zarian and look up at him. Got a little bit of pip in your step. I like
Quite.
this one.
Thank you, sir. I always pride myself in being fit.
I say, I apologize for my snippiness with your boss, but I'm a little upset. As you can tell, one of our members died, and your boss doesn't seem to care.
Oh, he's a kind man. He has a lot on his plate.
That's canon.
Speaking of plate, I'm hungry.
You're the one carrying the corpse.
Oh, yes. You look able, Zarian. Would you mind taking a shift and I'll just drop Azimus again?
No problem. And Zarian will sling him over his shoulder like a small sack of potatoes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Actually, I can also, I'm actually a bit of a cook, if you have any ingredients.
Well, this is turning out to be more of a blessing, and I'll pat Azimus's boots on your chest.
Where do you think we should retire for a meal before we continue with our job?
Unfortunately, I think we should.
I think we should go to a temple first.
Yeah, what he said.
Well, lead the way, and I will be right behind you.
The closest temple to where you guys currently are would either be the Water Queen's house near the harbor, or you can head to the Temple of Agma near the main gates.
Oh, come on. I forget.
The Lord of Knowledge.
Sounds good.
Perhaps we can find a nice rare book there if we're lucky.
That would be nice.
Well, got the coin?
Yes, I have the coin. Let's
Muster on.
Don't forget that.
Agma and ask for their services.
Onward.
As we're walking, I think Zarian would look to the person over his shoulder and be like, "Who is this fair maiden I have a hold of?"
Well, he's a she, or she's a he. But
Oh, my apologies. I'm not very keen on all the races.
he gets that a lot. Don't worry. Angel baby thing.
What?
We don't know much about him.
He's an Azamar, I believe it's.
Asmar. Interesting. I'm just recently down from the mountains. It's only been so many months, so I can't really say I know much about all of the people down here.
Zaj had the right of it. It was a crude way to put it, but he is descendant from a celestial. How far descended, I don't know.
That's what I said, angel baby.
Would anyone be willing to race
Angel
to the
baby.
temple? I'll give you a handicap. I'll keep carrying him while we run.
Sure.
As you clutch your side and you're still trying to stem your bleeding.
Yeah, I've literally got 1 hit point.
Sure, let's race. Coughs of blood.
It'll just get us there faster.
Well, perhaps after you've all rested. We must have fair competition after all.
Yeah. I gotta get new laces for my boots. I'm afraid I'd run right out of them if I tried sprinting.
I'm mostly scorched. I'm not really in any physical condition to run at the moment.
Yes, I apologize. I should have looked more close.
Nope.
Yeah.
I like it better this way.
His wizard dress, he might trip over that.
Alaire glares at him.
I kind of nudge you with my elbow. You know what I'm saying.
Or
Yes, I did.
no.
All right, all this is on the way to the temple
Of
of
course.
It's beautiful.
Hey, big man, if you don't mind me asking, I overheard you saying you come from the mountains.
Yes, towards the spine of the world to the far north.
It's quite a ways from here.
Yes, that is true. I traveled on many boats to get down here.
A little bit of a ways myself, but I tend to stick to the rivers and stuff. What was I going to say? Those bits of tattoos on you. Very
Well,
strange, aren't they?
They're not tattoos. I was born like this.
Born like it, you say?
Yes, these are rough, actually stone-like patches of skin. These are not tattoos.
Do excuse me then. Forgive my ignorance.
Oh, please. It's not like every day you see a Goliath.
No, definitely not. That's why I just had to ask you a little bit of a question there. But frickin', so, is the sack of spuds on your shoulder there a bit heavy?
Not at all, actually. I feel like I could probably toss him a good, 20 yards. Shall we see?
Let's not do that.
I would love to see it.
I would also love to see that, but it's probably not the best idea right now.
Well, can't he fly?
Actually, do you guys want to place a bet to see how far he can actually throw him?
Somebody say bet.
I think that's a bet.
I love good competition.
We're
Okay.
getting a body.
One silver.
Don't.
1 silver says he can't throw him over 20 feet.
Don't do this.
I'll take 2. Wait. Perhaps we should revive him first.
Yeah, let's
Hey,
make sure he's alive.
Welcome back to the land of living, Chuck.
Oh, he's dead.
Hey, he's already dead. He won't mind.
Perhaps we should shave him, make him more aerodynamic.
Actually, yeah, that's a really good idea. Let's
Are we to
no,
the Are we to the
I'm
temple
joking.
yet?
As you
Please,
guys are joking
please,
about
let's not-
throwing azimuths through the air, you can see the Temple of Agma coming into view in front of you.
God.
Lara's just done.
It's just so wrong.
He'll be fine.
Calm
The
down,
dead
Fancy
hold
Pants.
no
It was a
place in the
joke.
tribe if they can't carry their own weight.
Says the guy carrying his weight, so he must know.
Yes.
So, as you approach the temple, you can see that there are several acolytes and neophytes kind of mulling around. Many of them carrying what look like small wooden boards, and they have a scroll kind of draped over it as they write with a quill. One particular acolyte, she approaches you. She's wearing a long gray robe. Her head has been shaved clean, and she wears some simple silver jewelry that has depictions of Agma on it. She kind of claps her hands and gives a little half bow. Hello, travelers.
Hello, we have an emergency.
Is her name Ikora Ray?
I don't know if we would call this an emergency.
For Azimus, it's very much an emergency. I'll turn to the woman. One of our companions has recently died, and we would like to revive him.
Oh, well, lay him down on the ground.
Zarian will unceremoniously kind of just toss him. Like,
Oh my god!
Like sack of potatoes, just
yeah, like sack of potatoes, exactly.
Like his skull cracks open. Oh, that's gonna cost extra.
That's how I do it.
Somebody owes me 2 silver.
she kind of kneels next to him, and you see she like grabs his arm, rolls up his sleeve, and examines the skin. Then she tilts his head back, lifts up his lips, and she kind of rubs her finger on his gums before she plucks his eye open and examines the cornea, getting real close, like within inches. Uh-huh. How long has this one been dead?
Game time, has it been like an hour or so? Or how long has it taken us to walk
It's
around?
been a couple hours at
Yeah, a
least.
couple
isn't it?
hours traveling through town, interacting.
A couple hours.
Okay. Well, there are several spells that can be used to restore one to life. They have a varying degree of cost involved with the reagents. Based on how long he's been away, I think a simple raised dead would suffice. But the components are costly.
How much would it cost us?
Well, I need a diamond. One that's of suitable size. And she holds up her fist. And she makes like a circle. And it would be about like 1.5 inches in diameter.
Wow. And
One this size, I would estimate maybe 500 coins?
Women do love their gems.
Oh no, sir. The gem would be destroyed in the process.
Alright, so it is upon us to find this gem?
Well, you could try to find your own. Maybe you can find one that may not be so costly. But we do have a number here at the temple. If you can pay us for the cost of the gem, then I can go and retrieve it, and we can commence with the spell.
Then that's what we'll do. We
Or what if we go find a gem, like he said?
Hey, just a little add-on to your bit of sentence there. Didn't we head by a less than legal? Sorry, no. What was it? I'll just continue that. Just kind of moving myself away from our new Goliath friend who might be a bit towards the flaming fist side. a less than legal tavern down the road that's known for this kind of stuff, illegal activities, etc., etc.
Gyms and Raising Dead and such.
No, I mean just stealing stuff and getting crap done.
You know, guys, if there's you want to find a diamond, the town is literally just one giant marketplace from all over the Sword Coast. I mean, at least from what I've seen here, it doesn't matter whether you go to the upper city or the lower city. It's just full of stuff.
I understand that, but if we suddenly start penny pinching, while as time goes by, we may have to purchase a more powerful spell, which would end up costing us far, far more. We
This
probably don't have it.
Fair enough.
this dead man will repay this gold, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
I damn well hope so, because that's my money he's spending.
He's good on it, and I'm gonna pat his boots again.
He's
So
not
I
good.
think we should pay the temple cost and just go from there.
How long would he have to be dead for us to have to use a bigger spell?
Well, the spells that I know of, Raise Dead can return someone to life as long as they've been deceased for no longer than a 10-day. Other
So we have
spells have a much greater window.
Ah. Well then,
So we could sleep on it.
Oh,
You know what?
you do look to be quite injured, sirs. If you'd like, I can offer you a room here in the temple.
I would accept that.
I did not say it would be for free, sir.
just a note, could I somehow I'm a folk hero, and that the feature for that is rustic hospitality. Could I possibly use that to perhaps yeah, there we go. You got there before I did.
While he's
Could
doing
I
We are in
that,
the
I'd
possibly-
middle
like
of a huge city, though.
yeah, while he's doing that, I'd like to look through my wallet, and I'm gonna start searching through Azimus's pocket.
Oh, don't worry. I would allow you the use of the temple room for a mere 2 gold coins. It's just we are a place of knowledge and research, and such things require coin, and it's through simple collection of alms and tithes like this that our research is funded.
Of course. I think I've got that somewhere in here. I'm gonna rustle around a little more.
In Azimus's pocket.
Well, Alair is going to pay whatever they ask, because this is basically heaven to him. He's all about the books. He's all about that sort of thing. So whatever they ask of him, if he has it, he'll give.
Hey, if we are going to stay here for the night, I really don't see a point of messing about town tomorrow. I was thinking maybe we just go down to that place and check it out, see if anything was there, but if we're just going to be staying here for the night, why don't we just get him brought back up, then we'll spend the night here and I suppose crack on with the actual job we were supposed to be doing tomorrow morning.
That is a good plan. Is it 2 gold each or 2 gold altogether?
No, sir. I would allow you all to use the room. It's we are not an inn, so we don't have individual rooms per se. But as long as you were to make a minimal donation to the temple, we could allow you to sleep in the priest's common area.
Of course, like I said, just let me get through this real quick, count it up, and we'd be more than happy to make a donation to your lovely establishment. Also, I'm thinking we use some of Alair's money to help cover the costs, and then we can have a little bit of extra spending for what we may need here as a party.
All right. I don't have much, but I can give.
Or not Alair, I'm sorry, Azimus.
Well, he could surely pay the 2 gold for us to rest.
Yeah, of course, he's dead.
Even dead men must carry their weight.
You're right, but I can make it a little lighter.
I have subtracted the gold.
Excuse me, Miss Priestess, I didn't actually catch your name. Do you know a couple of like the minor spells? I should have poked them up myself, but I'm a bit of an idiot when it comes to that sort of not very combat less orientated stuff. Do you know how to mend some bits of clothes and sort of patch my dress back up? Because I'm looking a bit dodgy at the minute, and my very fine outfit is just a bit smoky.
Yeah, we can do that.
We'll all need that service.
So we're covering the cost of room and board out of Asmus's pocket and whatever he may have towards the diamond as well, and then we'll spend the funds that Saj gave us towards the diamond. Agreed?
Well, essentially, she said, I mean, I don't know if it was a rough estimate or whether it was exactly 500, but Zaj gave us 500. They said
500.
they would charge 500. Just hand over the sack to them, say, here, bring him back to life. Here's the extra 2 gold pieces for lodgings. So 502.
Copy.
Let's just do that then.
Hey. So she takes all of your coins. She says, the ritual will take an hour to complete. If you'd like, you can head to the room and have a rest.
Do you have a place to bathe?
There is a place where you can clean yourselves in the quarters.
Thank you. I would very much like that.
Ooh, it sounds wonderful. Thank you.
Just as a side note, am I able to fit in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
No,
just
it's
imagine
for midgets.
you have to bend down a lot.
I gave them the option to try to
Probably
save
no
money.
one's gonna
They
enter this
just
temple.
they opted to go with the easy
Well, can you
and pay
imagine
the
a
full.
temple devoted for halflings and me trying to squeeze in there?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
All the doors are too short. All right. So yeah, resting in the common area of the temple, you guys are able to complete a long rest. During that time that you were asleep, Azimus would they would complete the ritual, returning him to life, and he just kind of slinks into the common area and flops down on a bed, still exhausted from the ordeal.
Hey, looks like somebody's back from their fire bat.
Just leave me alone. My head is spinning. I just need some time.
Oh, you should have seen what they were doing to you while you were gone.
Just shoots a glare in your direction.
I really wish she
harass
was
the
here for
man.
that. I really wish she was here for this.
Don't
I
harass
need
him. He's been through something very traumatic.
It'll be fine. We all die now and again, don't we?
Nice of you to join us.
Cough. Ugh.
Welcome, companion.
So let's take a nice long rest while we can and get all healed up, shall we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I've set my hit points back to 17.
Yep.
Oh,
got everything
much
you
better.
said there.
Well, I'm assuming it's morning or the 8 hours have passed then.
Yep. Yeah. No, you are unharassed while in the temple. I've said it like 3 times.
There will try to spend some of his time looking at their library if they'll allow him.
They don't seem too bothered by you simply looking at the books.
Oh well, not reading them?
No, you're fine as long as you're not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit of a bookworm. That's all. He loves books. He'll just read his time away.
Is there a way to change the prepared spells that you have?
Yeah, after
A
a
long
long
rest?
rest.
Yeah, just don't really know where to do that.
That's under the spells tab.
Yeah, I'm already in there. I just don't know.
I don't know if it's the same for paladins.
Well, I know that.
Okay, well,
Okay, so paladins only
exactly.
get to.
I know exactly how paladins is because I was just teaching a friend. What happens is a paladin has a pool of spells that is equal to half their level plus their charisma modifier. From that pool of spells, they can cast any of them anytime they want, as many as they want, but they have spell slots. Depending on their level, they have a
That's
certain
not what he's
amount
asking
first.
you. He's asking
No.
about changing his prepared spells.
Yeah.
It's there
you
at
get
the bottom of your spellcasting page. You can
Oh,
change
right, so
any
you can
of them
change
when
all
you
four-
finish a
all of
long
them.
rest.
Yep.
It just requires 1 minute each, so just go ahead and switch any of your spells from your spell list.
That's exactly it. I'm trying to figure out how to switch them.
It's just a little red button that's right next to your spells. Just tick them on and off, and literally that's how you do it.
What you can do is you can just delete them, and then you just drag it over from the compendium over into your onto your spell list. You would do a search for it in the compendium.
I just literally, do you know the little circles on your spell page? Just tick them, and then when they're highlighted red, that's how I know which ones are ready to cast for the day.
Okay.
What spell are you trying to add to your sheet?
I'm trying to replace Bless with Shield of Faith.
Makes it a lot easier for druids and stuff like that. You know, the ones that can change out all the time. Just
Sorry about that, guys. I don't mean to hold things up. I'm just
No.
don't really know how
Hey,
the system works.
It's fine.
Yeah, don't worry
Just
about it.
guys, in the future, when there's a question, let them defer to me. Because when everybody's talking and trying to guide, it gets confusing.
Alright, no worries.
All right, so
Thank you.
You're good with spells. Everybody good?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you wake up. It's morning. What do we do now?
Good morning, everyone. Shall we get a light breakfast and perhaps a small workout before we go finish this off?
I'll go see how Azimus is doing.
I would join you for that, but my bones are still a little bit achy. Perhaps we just go down to finish off what we're supposed to be doing, and then we'll be ready to go.
As you wish.
Azimuth again waves his hand. Just leave me alone. I'm not feeling well. I'll be down in a minute.
All right.
So you guys congregate on the main floor of the temple, and
I'm doing push-ups.
All right. So what's the plan when we get back? Do we just head back to the bathhouse, finish clearing out that underground hideout?
Yes, there was that
That's
hub.
where that was.
Yes, there was a hub there underground where one for each of the gods. I surmised. We took the tyrant's one, which was the center one. From our perspective, when we first entered that room, that was directly ahead of us. There was a door to the left and a door to the right, and we would choose one of those.
Well, the cultish gods are a nuisance on this city. I'm surprised that we're in something like a bathhouse, but needless.
Hey, you would think for being in a bathhouse, you'd smell a bit nicer, but feckin' stinks down there.
Shouldn't we be? How did you get in the first place? That's a very nice bathhouse up there.
There's a secret door, and it was a underground lair. They were hidden there on purpose.
Are we going to have trouble getting back in there?
we may.
So then the plan is just to wing it?
Well,
Well,
cowardice never got anywhere, I suppose. We might as well try.
we should go back there. There's no other leads for us.
Did we actually have a plan in the first place? No, like, not gonna lie, we didn't. Let's just go back to it.
Go down there, bash their heads in. That's basically the plan.
Yep, that's gonna be our plan again, so let's just head straight on, and hopefully there's nobody guarding the door, but I guarantee there will be.
Destiny will guide us.
Excellent. Okay, so you guys start to head off back towards the bathhouse, and you were wrong in your assumption about people guarding the door, because they're not waiting at the bathhouse. As you make your way down the road, throughout the throng of people that are moving on the street, it is actually Elaire who notices first. The people on the street are dressed in common clothes. They have cloaks on. It's nothing unusual until you see one person in particular wearing a very dark cloak that looks familiar, and he has his hood up, obscuring his face. He steps out into the road, and you can see the glint of a dagger as he is moving in position, trying to cut off your descent down the road. Then you realize that he's not alone. There are several cultists that have assembled on the streets, and just as you notice them, they kind of turn around, all facing you, pulling out their weapons. And one in front begins to shout, "You'll pay for your assault on our home!"
Maybe, perhaps we should come back later.
Perhaps we should beat the snot out of them.
Very well.
All right, yes, let's roll initiative. Zarian, what you're going to do is click on your token. In the top left-hand corner, you'll see a black bar pop up, and on it, you'll see a button that says Roll Initiative. You just need to click that.
I did click my token. I have not seen...
Top left, next
There we
to
go,
the select
there we
tool. How you doing, Pex? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I believe I got it.
Yes, you did. All right. So Constantine is first in the turn tracker.
Alrighty, I was just trying to prepare something off the bat, but oh, feck. Sorry. Oh.
Ah, the music.
Ominous music.
Yep. Okay, let's go ahead, pull out the rapier, getting ready. And the one closest right over there, I'm going to step out just a little bit. Head back just a tiny bit. And I'm going to go ahead and cast Toll the Dead on the one directly north of me in the black cloak.
You got it. He passed.
Okay, that's... And I'm going to go ahead and bonus action give a Bardic Inspiration to Talion since he can do the most damage. That's the end of my turn.
Well, I don't know about that anymore if we got a barbarian on our team.
Alright, so you have a Bardic.
Paladin.
Next up is the Necro Might. And this guy, he steps out in front of you. You see that he is unarmed. He stands out. He raises his bony fingers in the air in front of you. And as he does, you see the large sleeves of his robe kind of fall away. And as his arms are revealed, you see that there are a number of ominous-looking tattoos that go from his elbow to his wrist. And then he makes a slashing motion in the air. Almost as if he's raking some unseen enemy directly in front of him. And as he does, Zarian.
Yes.
you can feel a sensation, almost as if something was dragging their fingers across your chest. It doesn't hurt so much, as it doesn't seem to penetrate your skin, but something strange has happened. After the Necro Might does his strange ritual, the Nightblades move in to attack. And as they get close to you, Zarian, Elair, and Azimuth, you have the very familiar sensation. But Zarian, would be a new experience for you. It's almost like the air grows immediately colder, and goose flesh rises on your skin. And it feels like around these figures in the dark cloaks, there's just an aura of wrongness. And they move in, producing small daggers from within their cloak, and they stab out one time, and with a very defiant and determined strike towards Azimuth and Zarian. Azimuth, Zarian. Okay. Azimuth raises his shield and blocks the attack. Zarian, you are going to take 6 piercing damage as the aura of murder has made you vulnerable. Okay, click your token. You'll see a green circle. You click the green circle and type -6 and hit enter. Bingo.
Thank you.
All right, Elair.
All right. Elair is not going to tank.
You sure?
Not going to happen. I am going to use my disengage action and move back here. Right there. That's all I can do.
All right, Zarian.
All right. Zarian will pull out his warhammer from its it's on the side and try to attack this spectral thing that just stabbed him ferociously.
Okay.
So I will. Do I have to go to my character sheet to roll that? Okay.
And you can open up your character sheet by typing by hovering over your token and holding Alt and clicking it twice.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. And then in the center is the attacks and spellcasting. You just click on the section of whatever it is you're trying to do.
Okay. So let's see if that works.
That did work. Unfortunately, you rolled a 7.
All right. I guess that's it for me then.
Talion.
Alrighty, Talion is going to
Holy shit.
jump back a little bit and fire off a shot at the left one next to our newly revived as make a sharpshooter attack.
Inspiration.
I know, I'm trying to see if I want to let you go. I'm just going to let that one go at a 14.
14 is a hit.
Wonderful.
And with a hit for 11 damage, you hear the man inside the cowl, Gah! As the bullet pierces his body and he falls over dead.
And I'm going to action surge and hit the other one as well, hopefully.
Oh, okay.
Look at you.
No. Nope.
Okay.
You're definitely not going to hit that one.
Yeah, I'm not even going to waste the inspiration.
All right. The fists in the background. They... Oh, no. This guy over here. This one to the far left. He runs forward and lifts up his shield, which again is emblazoned with a large red handprint on the front. He is going to take the dodge action, whereas the other two can get into melee range and make some attacks. Okay. Who are we next to? Azimuth and Zarian. Yeah, we'll attack them both again, once each. Azimuth, Zarian. So Azimuth takes the 8. And then it will be their turn. Azimuth's not looking very good. Already quite wounded.
Does his warding flare go off, or is that something you have to do actively?
It's something that they have to activate.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then I totally didn't forget about.
I wasn't sure if that was like a passive thing or not.
Nope. You have to use your reaction. You didn't want to use it. I don't know.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter. They are going to attack with their scimitar. Yucca. So that is a miss. A miss. It would have been a hit, but now it's not. Sad days. And then bonus action, Azimus is going to healing word themselves. Because they are freshly not deaded, and they don't want to be re-deaded.
Yeah.
I love that.
Hey, Dodge, we're back.
Yeah.
I hate to bring this up, but
Do you think we can get another?
since my negotiation went so well last time.
Constantine.
Okay, let's go ahead and rip out the dagger from the side and charge in with the rapier. Rapier and dagger pulled out. Gonna go ahead and make stabbing on the slashing a stab at him.
12 and 21. 21 will hit.
Okay, that's all I can do.
And then back to the Necro Might. You see, again, they just kind of rake the air with their hand. And when they do, you can see it's almost like a spectral hand appears in your space, Talion. And totally misses. It's like not even close. We have one Nightblade remaining in front of Zarian. And he will again try to stab our new Goliath friend, and he misses. Elaire?
Elaire's going to step back here and cast Eldritch Blast at the guy directly in front of him. I'm not sure. What is that creature?
The
Person?
Nightblade.
The Nightblade? Alright. So, hold on one second.
It is dead.
Boom. And he gets blasted back, too.
Sure, it's like total ragdoll physics. Just,
Hey, I paid for that.
Game.
Alright.
Zarian will probably attack the guy on the right here. I can't ping. I don't really know why, but you know.
You just hold your left click.
Hold. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I will take a swing at that guy. Nope.
8 is a miss.
But he will also turn to Elaire and say, "Thank you, friend."
Anytime.
And that's it.
Talion.
All right, let me do a little measurement here.
Yeah, he's in
I
range.
think I can.
That looks like good range.
Alrighty. I would like to sharpshoot. And I'm going to add the inspiration to that.
Okay,
6.
it's unnecessary. You are hitting.
Okay.
So let's roll damage and see if he survives. He does not.
Lord.
Oh, man.
I'm hitting shots tonight, boys.
Pow!
Those guns you discarded and I picked up for you.
I would have got him back anyway.
I tried to hand them back to you. You wouldn't take them.
Alrighty. Well, if Talion is done murdering all my guys, it is the Fist's turn. And the three of them look together, and you hear one of them shout, "Coordinate attacks on the strongest!" And they all run forward.
God, no, please.
And this will provoke opportunity attacks from Azimus, Constantine, and Zarian.
Whoa.
Quick, hit him in the back. Woo!
The rapier will hit. For 8. Okay. So now they move up here, and they stare down Talion and Alaire.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, you guys are doing damage.
I done goofed.
Here we go. Bash.
You didn't
Bash.
actually. You did really well.
Whoa! So we have a hit for 6 on Elaire.
Okay.
Man, that's pretty terrible. Azimus will take their turn. Realizing that he's simply far too weak after his ordeal and coming back from the dead, switches tactics. And let me pull up a template.
Oh, is that what that -4 is? I bet it is.
Yeah, if you highlight over it in the chat, it says raise dead penalty.
Ah.
There we go.
I had no clue there was a penalty.
Yeah, well, with raise
also-
dead specifically, there is. It's -5 to all rolls and checks. And
Wow.
each time you take a long rest, it reduces the penalty by 1.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh. And
Can we just rest for...
you guys resed them, and then you took a long rest immediately, which is why it's -4 currently.
Ah.
So Azimus steps back, throws his sword aside, and grabs his holy symbol from around his neck, holds it forward, and a gout of flame erupts, encasing the 3 fists, and they are all going to make a dex save or take 13. Wow.
Well now.
No, that's a lot of damage.
Want to remind you guys, the fists have advantage on all checks and saves they make during combat. So we have 1 pass currently, and the other 2 failed. So we have 2 taking 13 and 1 taking half. Alrighty. Constantine.
Same thing again, gonna dash up into the back of this guy and stab him again.
Okay. The second attack will hit.
Nice.
You can tell that they're very badly injured, as blood is seeping through their chainmail armor, but they are still standing resolute. The Necro Might is totally dead. So it's Elaire's turn.
Alright. Alright, so all 3 of these in front of us, Italian and I, they're all alive.
Yep.
Does anyone look more hurt than the others?
They are all bloodied.
Okay. Boy. Alright. I will take a 2-handed whack with my quarterstaff at the one directly in front of me.
Whoa! Where did that come
Nice.
from?
Boom!
Yep. With a sickening crunch, you strike them at the side of their head, and they fall over dead.
Good hit.
Alright. And after that, it would be Zarian's turn. Zarian? Zarian.
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 It doesn't matter, really. It's all pronunciation. Tomato, tomato.
Z-Dog, it's your turn.
Yes, he does. These men are very slippery. And then I will move in to try to attack that one in the middle.
Ooh.
Hey.
Now he's hitting.
All right,
Yeah.
and again, a solid hit to the fist knocks them down dead.
And that is it for me.
Elliot.
Putting away my revolvers and drawing my rapier is going to count as my action, right?
If you put them away, yes, that's an object interaction. However, you can
Gotcha.
just open your hand and drop them to the ground, and then object interaction to remove something from your, from your person.
Gotcha. I'm just going to make a, I guess maybe it would be improvised weapon attack. I'm just going to hit him, try and butt him with the butt of the gun.
Sounds good.
I got just a
So
whip in my
just give me a straight strength. Oh well, that works too. That's a miss.
I have just a rules question. Is drawing a weapon still a movement action, or is that changed?
No, it's not a movement action.
Okay.
5e doesn't like movement is just movement, but
Mhm.
on your turn you have one free object interaction.
Okay.
Most people obviously like in combat it's drawing a weapon is a free
Mhm.
object interaction.
Okay.
So I could have drawn my rapier and still made an attack.
If
No, you had
your hands are full. If you would have to
Yeah.
drop your guns onto the ground, and then your object interaction is to draw your weapon. But if you want to stow them into their holster, that's an object interaction as well.
Gotcha. But that object interaction is free and does not count as my action that I could use to attack, correct?
Correct. That's what I explained before you took
Good to know.
Gotcha. I just
Good
want
to
to make
know.
clear. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
Good.
It's okay. We're learning. Where are we?
That's my turn.
The fist, the one remaining fist. He looks around. All of his allies defeated, surrounded by enemies, and he sneers, spitting out blood. You will all pain. You will all pay. Bane will see to it. As he raises an arrow and jams it into his own throat. And that'll end combat.
I'd like to stick my dagger in afterwards to make sure he's dead.
Okay.
Just on the way down. Just on the way down, make sure that he gets the gist.
I see you killing yourself. Let me give you a good shanking, just to be sure.
Oh yeah, can't let them do it themselves. It's impolite.
Rule number 3: double tap.
I will
so this
heal
happened in
hands
public?
myself for 4 probably.
Sure.
So this happened in front of everybody? Like, what's the reaction of the crowd around us?
The people in the immediate vicinity, they boogie out of there. They don't want to get caught in the crossfire. Everyone else, they look at the combat with mild interest. Violence is no strange occurrence in Baldur's Gate.
I'd like to kind of loot the bodies. I'm in desperate need of coin.
Yeah. So they carry miscellaneous amounts of loose coin on them. Altogether, between the 6 of them, you find about 14 gold pieces.
Nice.
That's going to help me replenish my ammo.
Would you like to split that up now?
Oh, split that up. Yeah, they didn't have anything on them, guys. I have 3 shots. Each one costs about gold.
How many sort of daggers are lying on these bodies?
2.
2. I'd like to take the 2 daggers.
Sure.
Okay, I take them.
One of the ladies in the Sunday game, they have a bandolier of daggers that they just chuck at people.
That's the plan.
That's clever.
Or at least they wanted They actually commissioned such a thing from the local leather worker, then he turned out to be a bad guy.
Oh.
It never got finished.
Poor guy. Poor girl, I mean.
Alrighty. So, cultist attack thwarted. Now what?
Good job, Talion. That was a great effort. What are those machines?
Lady in luck. I'm gonna pat him and reholster them, and powder guns. Suppose.
I believe your tally was 3 there. That was impressive. I will have to match your strength.
Well, that'll be easy. I think that's my first 3 in the last few days. So.
By the way, if you're wondering what the Eldritch Blast looks like, just think of the Emperor in Star Wars.
Unlimited power.
Except for me, it's limited power. Very limited.
So these are the people that were in the bathhouse.
Yes.
Sorts.
Very much like them.
Can we assume that there's probably more down there? We should continue?
That one there. Keep a wary eye on those. They're tricky.
My concern is for Azimus, though. How long of a rest do you think you would need, Azimus, to be back to full health?
I feel quite weak. It'd be several days.
But we don't have several days, do we? Perhaps maybe we should continue our investigation, and Azimus should rest up for the afternoon.
Where I come from, no one is allowed to slack behind. You pull your weight, no matter what condition you're in.
Yeah, he'll be alright. We just leave him in the back and he can shoot these little bits of magic out. Bit like what I do before I run in with my madman dagger.
Or in the front, and he could tank.
That's an even better idea.
Well, if Azimus retreats to the back, Constantine would probably be better to go up in front and place him.
Well, yeah.
I am clearly the greatest swordsman here, so yeah, I don't mind. I like this flattery.
Yes, you're clearly the greatest swordsman.
We should have a competition one day.
Would you? Maybe not.
You done goof now.
Did done goof. Are we gonna head on to the bathhouse again then?
Of course.
Yes.
Alright, I'd like to walk on towards it.
How long have you all been with the Flaming Fist?
2 days?
2 days? 2, 3
It hasn't
years?
been.
No days.
It hasn't been that long for myself either.
Well, you said yourself you just came down from the mountains.
I did. Ship passage here.
Yeah, they will.
Let me guess, were you forced into work a little bit as well?
Well, I just saw that there was some manner of good to be done by joining them. They're maybe not the most justice-focused group, but they do have a way with the people. And
No, of course. That's how we got drafted into, yeah.
Yes, a way with the people.
Actually, from what I remember, it was on the threat of debt.
unfortunately, it seems the leader of the Flaming Fist is nowhere to be found, but that's a thing for another time, I suppose.
Well, Zodge is doing a wonderful job, if you ask me.
He's a good man.
Yep, that's what I'd call it.
A cranky man.
Arriving at the bathhouse, you see that the courtyard is still empty. It's deathly quiet.
All right, I guess we'll enter.
Okay, who's going in first? I will, but I'm just gonna say my eyes aren't the best, and whatever happens down here is a bit of
Larry, do you have that magic coin again?
I can't produce light.
Oh, maybe that was Azimus.
That was
or was that you,
Azimus.
Constantine?
It was not me. I needed help with that.
Azimus, would you do the honors? And I'll hold out another gold piece to... Or honestly,
Do
a
with a-
copper. A
Yeah,
copper if I had
exactly. Do
copper.
with the copper.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I think maybe we should. We didn't go down this way before, did we? We went somewhere else.
I think we did. We just came down the stairs of the bathhouse, did we not?
Yep, this is where we were. We went south from here.
Yeah, we went through the other way. Maybe if we head directly downwards from where we are now, there might not be a trap.
Well, why don't you go ahead and go first? I'll watch our tail ends.
Who has the best eyes?
I have the most beautiful eyes, but I don't know what else you mean by that.
I'm not referring to your beauty.
Zarian should go first.
All right. I will say though, as a side note, I do not have dark vision.
Well, maybe you should carry the coin then.
How do I?
Constantine will go ahead and just hand the coin to you.
Why do they have a bonus?
Onwards.
Onwards, indeed.
Where do we want Asmus to be? Do we want Asmus to be in front of?
He can just on the back, can't he?
What? What is?
I've made it to where I can't reach the coin now. Is there a way to bind it to me?
It's on top of you, from what I'm saying.
You
I
can
can see it like right on top of you. Maybe you just need to use it underneath.
you can
Should be
drag
able to like drag and
you can drag a
about that.
box and grab multiple tokens at the same time and then move them together.
Ah, okay. All right, that's neat. I'll do that.
That's a really good point.
All right. I'm not going to give you the descriptions for these first rooms that you came through, since you've already been here and he has caught up. So
Yeah, that's no worries.
what's going on in the background?
I believe there's a door here.
Yes, this
Or
door is not opened, and you can see it has the depiction of Baal, god of murder, on it. And when you push it open, you can see that it is the three-doored hallway that you guys had found earlier.
I could never understand why someone would worship Baal. He's a useless, dead god.
Gods aren't my forte, but each man to himself.
Well, I imagine the priests of Baal receive powers from Baal, so the god is clearly not dead.
which way did we go before?
Straight down that hallway over there.
Yeah, we went to the right.
Should we take the same way you took the last time?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, we hadn't finished searching down that way.
So last time we came from the left, from that water passage down there, and now we're coming from up this way. There's only 2 doors to go.
Oh, I see. So last
I
time we
mean-
were here, we were to the left.
Yeah, we came through here, this water passage. Remember we found that altar that we desecrated?
Is the door underneath us like unlocked?
You don't know. It's currently closed.
Okay. All right. I'd like to test it at least.
Yeah. The doorknob turns. You can open it if you'd like.
First, I'd probably listen at the door.
You don't hear anything.
Don't hear anything. All right. Well, what do you think?
After you.
Yes, after you.
Well, I'm not gonna say Zarian's a smart man. So
He's a brave one.
unexplored territory. Here we go.
Awfully big though, so.
Yeah.
So you open the door, and it's a empty room, but lying on the floor are the pale bodies of 3 humans in filthy black robes. They seem to be arranged in a triangular formation, and there's a lit torch lying on the floor between them. There's a rough cut staircase that leads down to the left, and you can see there's another torchlit chamber down that short decline.
Now, I may not be a smart man, but this looks a little too clean, too set up.
This looks like a ritual. I would disrupt the bodies.
I would like to pull out my rapier and just shove it into one of the corpses.
At the same time that he does that, I think I would probably hit the body in front of me.
Well, here's the thing, right? You are right to be suspicious, as these necromites, they are not dead. In fact, they are just lying prone on the ground, waiting for you to enter the chamber so they can ambush. But as you draw your weapon and try to stab at them, they realize their ruse is not going to work, and they roll out of the way.
Oh!
And then that will be us entering initiative.
Oh my god.
I knew my my absolute suspiciousness of dead bodies would come in helpful one day.
Oh, we all were. That looked a little too arranged.
Yeah, it was very, it looked set up, you know?
Yeah.
And, there we go.
I'll take my turn in a little while.
Yeah, I'd unselect both me and the token, and or me and the coin.
Well, Elir, looks like you're up first.
Okay, I'll take a step back here. Alright, to here. And use Eldritch Blast on this one. Or one. There.
Alrighty. Ooh. All right. How do you think he would die?
Well, blue electricity streaks out,
Limited
encasing his body and blowing him back against the wall, just separating his body into different parts, leaving a blood stain on the wall.
A beautiful and vivid display.
Dub the Elair Stormbearer.
Take it.
Azimus.
Trying to think what would be a good dart name for you right now.
Jesus Christ. Yes, he is. He's going to simply raise his hand and grab it at the holy symbol hanging around his neck and call down a sacred flame at one of the necromites. Who fails? And then Constantine is up. Constantine.
The greatest swordsman ever. Come on.
Show me your swordplay. He must have went to use the bathroom or something.
Yeah. We will... Oh, there he goes. Although, if you're talking, we
Right,
can't
as
hear you.
usual, because I'm on a bit of a mission right here. Dagger, rapier, fly. Hear me?
Now we
We
can.
can hear you now.
Okay, alright. I'm guessing the internet's being a little spotty.
Yeah. Although I thought the UK had Google Fiber.
Man, that'd be the dream.
I know, right? All right, here we go. I heard him. He said I wanted to
Yeah.
do that, and
Yeah,
that is
and then,
that is a hit, and so is that. That's a totally dead necromite.
Right, sorry about that.
Sorry,
Sorry
you
about
killed
that,
him.
guys, I cut off there. Okay, yeah, he just stabs out and just lets out a bit of guts from his belly.
You
Alright.
both are doing well, I must follow suit.
Hey, that's a hit. And, yep, also a dead Necro Might. Why not?
And follow suit, certainly it did.
And that's the end of combat.
That was quick.
Yeah, they're not very sturdy.
Old men summoning skeletons and whatnot.
Either that or we're amazing.
Was it?
Is there
Oh,
anything,
starting to come together.
anything special on their bodies?
No, not particularly.
There seems to be something down here, though.
Mm-hmm.
What is down there?
Well, looking down the hall, remember it's illuminated by torches. There is a partially collapsed stone crypt, although there's only one sarcophagus still remaining. And you can see it looks completely intact, and the lid is on.
There's definitely something in there.
Now, who wants to desecrate
Necro
the
Mights,
grave?
they are
Because I'm not too.
they
keen
are
on that.
acolytes
I mean,
of
if you need
Merkle,
help lifting the
Lord
lid,
of
I will
Bones.
assist you, but
God of
not exactly one
necromancy
for rifling
and
through
the
dead.
dead.
Yes,
Stuff.
lift the lid. I would like to see what's inside.
I'll gladly do it. The dead don't bother me.
All right, I suppose I'll push the stone away for you.
Alrighty. Well, unless
Hey,
it's
Kilter!
and
Thank you for the resub, brother. Appreciate you very much.
So I will. Zarian will put his hand on top of the sarcophagus and kind of shove the lid a little.
Alright, when you shove the lid out, you can see that inside the sarcophagus, very predictably, is a thick layer of dust and a collection of humanoid bones.
Oh. Yeah. If you guys want to dig through that, you go right ahead.
They're just bones.
I don't want to get dusty. I'm gonna take out my rapier and just kind of sift through them. Is there anything special in there?
Actually, yes. As you kind of poke about at the dusty remains inside the sarcophagus, you eventually see that there are several rectangular objects hidden within the dust and decay.
Can I pick one of them up?
Sure. You reach down and you pull out. It's a book bound in red leather.
What'd you find there?
Book. I mean,
Oh.
I expected something a little bit more exciting.
Well,
Yes.
actually, there's quite a market in the city for books.
I'm
Probably.
a bit of an expert. Let me see that.
Yeah, sure. And he's gonna go ahead and hand it over to Alaire.
I'll open it up.
When you look inside, you see that the moldy yellowing pages appear to be written with a very fine red ink. And there are several spells scribed within.
Can I tell what they are?
Yes. Constantine, you can see that, again, there were several rectangular objects inside the sarcophagus.
Can I get the rest out of there?
Sure. You're able to fish out two other books within the sarcophagus. The second one has it's kind of a orangish cover, once again made out of a very thick and hardy leather, and it has a rune carved into the front. And then the third book seems to be covered in some kind of flesh or hide, but it's scaly and black.
Hey, Alaire, what was in that book that you just opened up?
Spells.
No, I think they might have some more here. He's gonna open them up and have a flick through.
I'll look at the third book first. I'm a little wary about the one with the rune on it.
If you like.
All three of them are spell books, having a wide variety of different incantations and rituals.
All right.
Nice.
Can I get a sort of an inventory of what they are, or will I
You
need to?
mean like the one in chat?
It's in chat there.
Oh, didn't say it. I was looking at my character.
If you don't use any of those books, you could probably sell them for a pretty good price.
These are very valuable. We'll discuss what to do with them after.
If you like, do you want to hang on to them?
I would very much like to hang on to them.
Who thought you would find something like that in a pile of bones? There's a reason we send our people out to die in exile rather than keeping them around.
Perhaps we should carry on, gentlemen.
We do have a job to do.
Okay, let's hunker on a bit more. Hey, Zarian, do you want to keep up the lead, or you want me to go first?
I'll keep going.
All right.
On we go.
Putting
we
in
have
front of the
everyone?
Italian.
Everyone here?
Awesome.
I'll catch up. Hold on, I'm just copying the spellbook stuff now.
We will wait.
I said,
Are you a wizard?
No, I'm a warlock, but I'm going to, see what I can use from it.
0.
it's only the ritual spells, if you can ritual cast, I think you can get from them.
Yeah,
Find familiar is a very powerful ritual.
Mm.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
Oh wait, no, as a warlock you need Pact of the Tome, don't you?
Yep.
Good luck. It's a good thing I'm in a multi-class here in another level or 2.
So, multi-class gunslinger wizard.
Hey, that doesn't sound so bad.
I was hoping to be a warlock gunslinger, yeah. Story-wise, my idea is that my guns are cursed, and I'd like to work with that backstory a little more eventually to a warlock type.
I really don't want to leave Ilaire behind.
He's fine.
You guys start walking away, and he's like, "Oh my god, look at this forbidden knowledge!"
All this power.
Exactly.
I'm gonna sit here in the dark and read for a while.
Well, he wouldn't sit in the dark, but he would definitely sit there and read.
As Zarian walks into this room, he looks around and says, "I see your handiwork."
Okay, so this water is sewage water, just so you know.
Hey, sorry, go on.
Have you ever had to cover yourself in poo just to hunt on animals?
Kilter fireball, you're
Alright,
familiar? I will kill familiar.
Don't worry,
animal.
these ones should actually be dead.
I should hope so. So, which way do we go from here? I see different passageways.
That
This-
away.
Yeah,
This is where we went. We never checked this place, this one, I don't think.
No. Also, I'd like to rapier stab into one of the corpses on the floor, just because I'm paranoid.
Sure. Seems legit.
Okay. Do you guys want to have a little look at that other room down there? Because we haven't checked it out yet.
Chest pain.
Oh.
Alright. Door is not locked. And when you open it, you can see that the ceiling here is supported by numerous wooden beams that kind of just scatter all over the chamber. The ceiling is sagging, and the air here smells like rotten eggs.
Oh,
Ever cover yourself in rotten eggs to hunt something?
no, I wouldn't say that. I think that would just attract attention.
Sarcasm, Zarian.
Oh, sorry. There are many things about this world I'm still not used to.
Amen to that.
The Goliath culture is much different than everyone else's.
Nobody goes,
The Lowlanders.
"Hey, wait a minute.
It's not exclusive
Maybe
to
it's
your
gas."
kind, I promise you that.
Okay, guys.
So, we are now at another impasse.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Let's go up those stairs. Get out of this water.
Can I just add as an extra there? I can't actually. Can I actually see through my? Yeah, I'm seeing through Zarian's sight, like from his token as well.
I think you're seeing through the coin.
That might. Yeah, that probably is it.
Aha!
Okay, there you go.
All right. As you go up the stairs and around the corner, you can see that this partially collapsed room contains a stone altar with humanoid skulls and bones piled around it. The top of the altar is covered with dozens of half-melted candles made of a black what? Okay, words are hard. Made of a black wax, all of which are currently unlit.
This whole place seems cursed.
Is there any sort of iconography upon the altar? I'll go over and have a look at it.
No, it is completely unremarkable. It's just this flat stone, and there are human skulls piled around, and then black candles. That is all.
These people should fire their decorator.
I'm gonna take out my rapier and make a scratch down the middle of the altar.
Okay. Nothing happens.
So there's literally just candles on top of it.
Yep.
Can I light one of the candles?
Yeah.
Does anything happen?
I was waiting for confirmation you did it. Yeah. Actually, something does.
I blew up!
When you light the candle, it sheds an eerie green light in the chamber. And it reveals writing on the back wall behind the altar. It says in common, in all capital letters, "Rise and be counted."
Rise and be counted.
Upon saying the words out loud, the entire room begins to rumble, and there is a groaning sound that begins to rise through the chamber. As 3 skeletons burst through the soil and stand at the far side of the chamber.
Constantine.
Well, maybe you control them now.
What are they doing? Just standing there?
They're just standing there.
Fall and stop counting?
Interesting. They don't seem to be aggressive yet.
Is that right?
They're just standing there.
Well,
Constantine.
I'll be damned.
Have you
Constantine, tell them to do something.
maybe dance?
Do the graveyard shuffle.
They look to each other, and then they look to you. And then you see an audible shrugging of shoulders.
Tell them to do something they know how to do, like sit.
Kneel down.
With a clattering and shaking, you see all 3 of them lower themselves to one knee, very gingerly.
This is interesting.
I could get used to this.
I say we send those ahead.
Can I name them?
Sure.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
Oh, I wanted the 3 Stooges.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
I was
good
about to say.
idea.
Where the hell is Mo?
Oh, that's good too, yeah. Or we'll get Mo later.
Hey, which one of you guys is Mo?
How long will these things listen to you, I wonder?
Probably not for long. We're gonna
Yes.
talk.
I guess we'll find out.
Well, I don't really have anything against this.
I suggest we continue on. I'm gonna draw my guns and just kind of be. I'm gonna draw a gun and a rapier and be very weary.
I'm gonna tell him to follow.
So should I lead the way still, or
Perhaps they should.
that seems like a better idea?
So you want the skeletons to lead the way?
Yes.
Maybe 2 in front, 1 in back.
He can just tell them to keep progressing forward or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can work. Okay, you guys, do what he says for the next couple of commands through this hallway.
Right. They get to the door at the end of the hall and stand there facing it.
Open
Open
the
it.
door.
Stare at the door.
Oh, they have absolutely no. Oh, okay, fine. I will open the door.
Okay.
Well, now we know how to escape a zombie apocalypse.
That's true.
Light a candle and speak whatever words we say.
No, just hide behind a door. They can't open it.
What do you mean? They were never told to.
I see more of your handiwork.
Ah, feck. Sorry, I keep saying it. Okay, we're back at the death site.
Avernus, perhaps you should stay in the hallway. A single tear falls down his cheek.
Well, I saw a door back down the hallway.
Yep, I think we're heading somewhere else.
Connecting passages.
This room is empty except for a single rat that is scurrying about on the floor here. You can see
Man.
it kind of perks up as you enter, and then it hurriedly starts skirting down the floor, obviously startled by your presence.
Can I try to use animal handling to calm it?
Sure, why not?
Maybe this, if I had speak with animals, it'd be a little different, but I don't. Oh, I gotta select my, there we go. Oh, that was awful.
So you see the rat, it's frightened, it starts to run away. You go, and you shout, "Come here, little thing!" And then it, is obviously terrified. Sorry. And you see it dart down the hall and disappear from sight.
That's great.
Are we leaving the
Okay.
skeletons behind?
They can just wait here, I suppose, at the doorway.
Well, wouldn't it if we might not want to test the range of your control?
Good point. Let's keep them inside. And I'll tell the skeletons to basically stay near.
I don't like that they're breathing down my neck.
This passage is getting narrower.
I think it's just your size, my friend.
I am not fit for this, I don't think.
Is it a dead end?
I'm not sure.
Do you want to check?
We'll see if we can't push on.
It's a tight squeeze.
It is, but you would be able to manage. It's still like 3.5 feet in diameter.
I cannot actually see now.
Oh, there we go. I had to move over just when I have the coin attached to me.
There's a door at the end of the hall.
I say we charge like the heroic people we are, hiding in some dark alleyway.
Well, we might as well see what's beyond it.
This flooded, rubble-strewn tunnel leads to a narrow room with several rotting wooden beams that are supporting the ceiling up above. You see that there is another tunnel that juts off to the north. Can't forget our friends.
I can't believe we just have 3 skeletons.
I like to think that they're actually making that dulled motor noise.
They're
Are they-
walking with that from their bones.
Are they hanging out with Azimus? Where's Azimus?
Azimus is behind them.
trailing behind them with weapon drawn. Obviously suspicious.
Yeah, I wonder if we could make him start a band.
Burned.
Do the clickety clack. They could be our drummers.
They could call themselves the Grateful Dead.
Where'd the coin go?
You lost it in the wall.
Oh,
The Wall of Doom.
Oh, yeah, I see myself shift there. Oh. No,
As you
Crypt.
guys walk ahead, murky, foul-smelling water surrounds an open stone sarcophagus resting in the middle of this crypt. Its stone lid lies broken in 3 pieces under the water.
Maybe it's got more
Mm.
books.
Yeah, inside of the sarcophagus. Taking the dagger out and giving it a good shift around.
Oh. Okay.
That doesn't sound good.
yeah, that doesn't sound good at all.
So as you kind of poke in and start sifting through the remains inside the sarcophagus, a ethereal battle axe appears just above you. The battle axe is it is translucent and see-through. It's made of this wispy green energy, and whoa. And everybody needs to roll initiative.
Okay. I thought, oh, have I summoned a new ghostly companion?
I wonder if we can hit this thing.
Where's our brr?
Yeah, where the burn?
They're coming. I mean, it's a narrow passageway.
Yeah, yeah.
Skeletons, help! No, not
Mer?
Big skeleton.
Oh wow.
I just want to hear Constantine tell the skeletons to attack the whatever it is. The green mist.
I like how the skeletons have the highest initiative.
Just gotta tell them in r's.
Oh wow.
Okay. So you guys should be able to see it in the tracker there.
Yep.
So
Axe.
the skeletons are first. 5, 10, 15. No. Water. Difficult terrain. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20. Can't move any further. It's a log jam. Alright.
So cute.
So the axe. The axe is going to take its turn. On each of its turns, it moves. Yeah. Okay. So where it is, it flies out, putting itself between Constantine, Alaire, and the exit. And this axe kind of chops down, swinging towards you. Slash R1 D20 plus. Oh no, that can't be right. 16?
A 16 will hit. If it's me, of course.
Wow!
Oh.
God.
Alright, take 10 force damage.
That ain't nice.
Alright. And Azimist is in the back. I walk 20 feet forward. Oh no, I can't get up there. Guys, what's happening? Therian?
Well, I suppose I would probably hop on top of this sarcophagus here to get a better vantage on this floating spectral axe and try to take a swing at it. Let's see.
Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, that is definitely a hit. So your Warhammer connects with this ethereal axe and just goes right through. It has no effect on it.
What?
Oh. We must use magic to kill it.
Constantine.
Oh, damn it.
The skeletons are blocking the way!
Dissonant Whispers.
Okay, Dissonant Whispers has no effect.
Oh.
Why does it say all slots expended?
Forgot to tick them back up after the rest, maybe?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to come back up.
Okay.
Then I will. I can't do anything. Crap. That's me.
Stallion.
Oh, I probably would have ordered the skeletons to get the fuck out of the way, because I'm gonna run.
Well,
Okay, that's fire.
I suppose I'm just going to jab at it with my rapier, knowing that it will probably go through.
Okay. Yep. You hit it, but you just you're swiping at the air in front of you.
I don't even need to roll damage then, right?
No. Hilaire!
Oh boy. Yeah. I only got one thing I can do, and I can't do it while standing right next to it. So I am going to disengage, move here, and that is the end of my turn.
Okay. Skeletons have received a new command from their master. Run away.
Brrr.
Alrighty. The axe will take its turn. Talion is standing next to it. Kershaw.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Roll low.
Oh god.
Oh.
That's better than what I thought.
Azimus starts shouting, "Get out of there! Run!"
Well, I suppose I'm going to try to hit it again with the purpose of perhaps smiting it if I hit.
Cool, yeah. You definitely hit its space.
So I
It is a spiritual weapon, yes.
Yes, level 1.
Okay. You strike through the space. Your warhammer glow with radiant energy, and nothing happens.
Oh no!
Run away!
Or yes, even Cord cannot help me. We must flee.
The brave Sir Robin runs away.
And suddenly the animator suffered a fatal
Is there a? Can I use my movement action to just take an attack of opportunity and run?
Yeah, you can run, man. Get out of there. Just remember, this is
10,
all water, so it's difficult terrain.
15. So it'd end up right there.
Yep.
Put me over your shoulder.
It does not attack you as you leave.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps, Alaire, you should check the sarcophagus.
Bringing out the old loot, and the brave Sir Constantine ran away, and he's gonna dash and get the fuck out of there. Oh, sorry, I keep swearing.
Oh, it's not okay. If it's not a creature, it doesn't take attacks of opportunity.
You can't quite move that far. Difficult terrain. Or did you use
dashing.
dash? Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Miss her. Alright, so you got out of there. Talion.
Alaire, come on! And I'm gonna go as
I'm not going to be able to get too far.
Nope. Alaire!
All right. So move of 30. I can only move.
Did you guys drop the coin as you ran?
Oh no, I'm just keeping it in there for light for his sake, but I guess I should carry it with me.
I'm gonna need to be able to see for this.
Azimus shouts, "It's cool. I'll make another one."
That's fine. Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, that's only one space less than I did if I went all full out. So from here, I'm going to do an Eldritch Blast and attack it.
You cannot.
Ooh.
Eldritch Blast can only target creatures.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, actually, if you didn't know this, Eldritch Blast specifically says it can target a creature within range, meaning that if you try to hit an object with it, it will automatically fail, which makes it extremely good for detecting mimics.
You
I'm
learn
gonna
something new every
I'm
day.
gonna Eldritch Blast the door. You cannot. It's safe.
That's a good point.
Limited power.
That's a good point. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
All right, so nothing I have, everything I have targets a creature. So, yeah, my full move. I guess I go. You know what? I'll dash. Why not? If they can't get an attack opportunity.
Good point. Grab the coin on your way out.
Unfortunately, I don't think a dash is going to get you very far. Because
Get him right behind me, I think. He'll still have
Varian,
to...
maybe we should try
No,
animal
'cause
handling again.
60 feet would be this square, and it's occupied.
Okay, so this. I guess this is as far as I get,
Yes.
which means I'm effed. But you know, okay.
Actually, it's quite the opposite. As soon as you cross the threshold through the room, the ethereal axe disappears.
Do you think that axe was protecting something?
Thank you very much for the resub, Spartan. Appreciate you very much. How you doing
You
today?
want
If
to
we-
go back in and
If
rule
we
around
disturb...
again?
Let's make the skeletons go in and just, try to find something in there.
And while the axe,
They couldn't open a
skeletons,
door.
I
Yeah,
They
you
can
guess
go
you're
in
right.
there.
Oh, they couldn't
and
open the
can
door because they
stand
weren't
there.
commanded to. I mean, that's...
I thought I did give him the command.
Yeah, I thought we said it.
No, you said go down the hall.
They could definitely
yeah.
go in the room and be targets.
That's why they stood there and looked at the door like...
But eeny, meeny, and miny.
Yeah,
Hey.
but whatever's in the sarcophagus.
Can I make a perception check to see if I see anything in the sarcophagus?
No check is necessary. Now, looking in the sarcophagus specifically to see if there's something hidden within the remains, you can see the outline of a battle axe, clearly disturbed after Constantine had started poking around.
Must.
Should I grab it and run?
Yes.
Yes.
Grab it.
Go down the hallway. I'll
But
swear
wait,
death to you.
But wait, I'm gonna try and scoot past all of this. Okay, go ahead.
You skeletons go back to the front room, back through this long hallway here, and I'm gonna follow them as well.
Brand.
I can't believe you people are like protecting the skeletons. We're like, Zarian, go in there.
Meeny, meeny, and miny. They have names, you animal.
Leave them out of this, okay?
As soon as everyone is clear of the passageway, I will grab the axe.
Want to race?
Good joke. Good joke. All right, so I guess they're far enough away now that I will attempt to grab the axe and flee down the hallway.
Cool. As soon as you grab the axe, roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Drop it.
This probably ain't gonna end well.
Oh no!
Oh my god. And all of this is because you wouldn't sacrifice the skeletons?
Oh man.
Hey, leave them out of this, okay?
Perhaps
13?
Perhaps
13
put
does
the
not
axe
hit.
down,
Okay.
step over it gently, and then look in the
All right.
sarcophagus.
Now I will grab the axe.
You're holding
and
it.
the-
It's in your hand.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then I'm running. I'm definitely running.
Wait, hit the spectral axe with itself.
As
No.
you
You're
move,
hitting yourself.
the axe seems to follow you. and it never strays further than 5 feet away, almost as if
Oh
it's
my
tethered
goodness.
to you.
Just throw. Let's just throw it back
Can
in.
I attempt to hit that axe with my axe and drop my shield?
Sure.
Perhaps.
I will. I don't know what to roll for that, because considering I don't have the.
It doesn't matter. You can't hit the axe.
Okay, then. Upon
Perhaps
seeing
now
that
that
that is fruitless, could I use a bonus action to throw this great axe back into the room?
We'll call it an object interaction, man. You haven't done anything
Okay.
yet.
Perhaps now
Okay,
that you're
yeah.
wielding it, it won't attack you.
I'm not gonna place a bet on that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna throw the great axe back into the room.
All right, so you just chuck it, and then
Just
it clatters against the wall and falls to the ground, and then
Okay, yep. That thing's cursed.
Or
Oh, I lost it again.
it's
Oh,
Or it could have
no.
been a really good axe.
Oh, I lost it again. There it is. Nope. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the assist.
Okay.
well, I'll take this bet.
All right. Onwards and forwards.
Paint me intrigued. I want to go hold that thing and see what happens.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Go ahead. I'm not
Okay.
doing it. It seems cursed.
Can I get a little heal first?
Well, I'm kind of saving the remaining heals I have for if we go down.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty rough right now as well. But
Azimus walks away. I will not condone this.
wait.
I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea. Should we just head back to that little outer room where we found the skeletons?
Yeah, let's do that.
Do you want to just fast
Take
skip
it
us
now.
there?
Taking one last look down the hallway, I'll pout and follow.
Yeah.
You
me
know,
too.
staring at the axe, you notice, the room is pitch black. There's no light in there, except from the axe. It seems to illuminate the room with a dim.
Tips!
Yeah, we need the axe. We need the axe.
Yeah, we need it. We gotta have it.
You're really doing this. Oh my lord.
All right, as soon as you grab the axe, roll initiative.
You're
good.
playing too much, Italian.
Don't
Well,
die. Don't
hold
die.
on. Maybe if there is initiative, maybe maybe that means I.
Totally put the wrong person in there to do this.
Maybe the perfect person. His greed will,
Okay.
coax the axe into friendliness, perhaps.
So it's its turn first, right?
Yes, it acts on initiative 20, and it swings at you for 9 and misses.
Great. I'm gonna toss it into this corner here.
The axe.
What are you doing?
All right.
Yep. Seeing it now that I was holding it and it still attacked me. Does its glow give off any light into the sarcophagus? Can I look into it now to see if there's anything else there?
Just dust and bones.
Gotcha. Well,
Just pick it up and run like hell, and then Constantine's gonna.
It will.
run through
It will
the
follow you.
hallway.
yeah, it's probably gonna follow.
It might give up after a while.
It's
Oh, you
cursed, I
think
tell
so?
you.
It
Leave
won't
it.
give up.
The axe didn't attack Zarian. When
Yes, it
Zarian
did.
was holding
Yes, it did.
Oh. Did it
Okay.
attack in the hallway?
Yes.
Well, I
it
threw
would
it
have if
back
he hadn't
before I
chucked
got
it
a
back
chance.
into the room. Do you guys like my new
Wait,
background?
Yep,
It's not-
yep,
It's
yep,
beautiful.
yep,
Oh
yep,
man, the
yep.
shadow.
I toyed with fate. It was worth it.
Yeah, it's probably time to stop messing with bones.
As you begin to walk out of the chamber, you hear an ethereal voice. Pass my test and you can have my power.
Son of a.
I need to
Come
turn
back
around.
now.
What are you doing?
What test?
You didn't hear that?
Did everyone hear that?
Sure.
Pretty sure.
I
Let's
feel like
pass
this
the
is
test.
a.
Hold on. Don't flood the hallway now. It's a test.
Hang on,
Could I-
hang on.
Either
Can I
that
make
or it's evil and taunting us.
a religion check to maybe identify what kind of extraterrestrial being that was?
I'll tell you what. Not religion, because there's no markings or indication that this is of a religious nature. I will allow Arcana checks to see if you can identify what magic is going on.
Can I try to do something instead of rolling Arcana?
I mean, yeah, you guys can do whatever.
There's a stone top for this thing on the floor, isn't there? I want to try put it back on.
Sure.
There
Yeah.
is 3 pieces in the water. He did say that.
I did. Picking
Yeah.
up the stone pieces of the lid to the sarcophagus, you assemble them, put them back together, and you see that the lid was carved in the likeness of a screaming, axe-wielding barbarian. And there is a inscription. And it says, "Even in death you shall know my rage."
Even in debt, you will know my rage.
Can Alaire make that Arcana check now?
Sure.
And yeah, I'll make the Arcana check as why not.
Hey, that's good enough. You recognize that this is a sentient weapon, and that it is the weapon itself attacking you as you are unworthy.
How doth one become worthy?
There's no
No
response.
reply. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, out of respect, I say we place it back and leave on. He must have been a great warrior.
Okay, I'm gonna try something, but I want you guys to drag me out before it finishes me off. if it does come to it. Will you do it for me?
Are you going to try to do what I think you might?
Probably yes, but can I promise? Can I rely on you guys to drag me out if it goes badly?
Of course, I mean, we dragged Alaire around. Or, I mean, the other one. The
Are
other
you
one.
going to let this thing kill you?
It's not. I don't plan on letting it kill me, but if it's a warrior, it might require a warrior's test.
Have you touched it yet?
I have not. Not that I would call myself a warrior anyway, but
But Zarian has, and Zarian is most definitely a warrior.
Well, maybe a true warrior doesn't boast being a warrior.
I am no barbarian, and I do not rage.
okay. So
Let me
what
just
I'm gonna do?
glass real quick. Kidding.
What I'm gonna do is pick it up and attempt to fight it with its own axe. But if I go down, can I rely on you guys to drag me out if I die?
We did try that.
I did try that.
Yeah, Zarian hit the axe with the axe.
I am thinking maybe it just wants a good scrap. Maybe I don't know.
Well,
is there
it
any
didn't
other
even
like
connect.
Is there any sort of other identifiable feature upon the lid?
Zero.
Or anywhere underneath the water somewhere, some special little object?
Zero.
Look, here's my thought. We open up the sarcophagus, tuck the thing back inside, and go.
Real talk,
and then we seal it up.
It's an evil weapon. Like it just wants them to keep toying with it, so it kills them.
I need to try one more time.
Clearly, it was disturbed. I think maybe putting it at peace would possibly help.
It is a furious berserker, raging warrior. I don't think he wants to rest. Gonna go over, pick it up.
Which of us could wield this? Anyway?
Initiative!
I saw the moment he said initiative, Talia token moved 2 spaces down the corner.
Back in the hall.
Feck.
Italian loves a good gamble, but he is not stupid.
A sentient weapon. Maybe you can talk to it while you're fighting it.
Yeah, as soon as I pick it up, if I can survive this, I'm gonna try communicate with it.
23?
Oof.
23 definitely hits.
Oh,
I'm down.
At no point did we have the battle axe inside the sarcophagus with the sarcophagus lid reconstructed on top of it, though.
That's what I'm saying.
so when he drops down and drops the axe, is the thing still like looking like it's gonna attack him? Or not?
Well, actually, it's still in the air because Zarian is still in the room.
Ah,
So it just hovers over.
Zarian,
So-
throw it in, quick!
14 versus Zarian.
that will not hit.
Would you like to take an action?
Yes, I will. Since it doesn't get attacks of opportunity, I will walk over to where the axe is, pick it up, and put it in the sarcophagus. And I know the lid's broken, but
Just pick up a piece and shove it in, and yeah.
yeah, I try to put the lid back on it in the best way I can.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, it's in there.
And then if there's is combat still?
Yep.
Okay.
You put the axe in the sarcophagus. The ethereal axe makes another swing. Misses.
Okay. So I will use my action to spend 1 health point, to bring him back up, and I will spend my movement action to run.
Cool. All right, yeah, get out of there.
Everybody,
Well, we tried. We're not worthy.
Get down the hallway.
Am I able to
Constantine,
get
it's
out?
yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm getting out of there. I can't figure out what the hell is.
As you guys exit the chamber, you hear the voice again. You have passed my test.
Wait, what?
What?
Yep, that seemed like the only thing that we could do.
Turn around, go back in.
As you re-enter,
And
the axe never disappeared. The ethereal axe stays in the air, and as you re-enter, it bah!
A 14 will just miss me.
Okay.
you son of a!
This thing is
You're
trying
a-
to kill us. This is all evil.
Get out of there!
This is evil. We should leave.
I'm gonna pull out my loot.
Actually, I will use Divine
And the
Sense to
brave.
actually see if this is evil.
Oh no! It is. It is a
Yeah.
cursed object.
Yeah. This is evil. We should leave.
They pulled out the loot, and the brave Sir Constantine ran away. Yep, that's.
So Asimus was right.
Oh.
I took all that damage for no reason. Oh god.
Since we're nearing the 8 o'clock mark, I do have to call it myself.
Yeah, I was just gonna call it myself because actually it's a really good stopping point. Because we're back in the dungeon, the party is back together, and that way, hopefully Sky will be here next week, and they didn't miss much. So hooray!
I would like to request that we can at least move back to the room that we were in with the skeletons to begin with.
Yeah, you
Get
can
out
certainly
of,
do
get out
that.
of here. Wherever
Eeny,
that
meeny,
is.
my mo. Alright, guys. I'll see you next week.
All right.
Yeah,
Nice
see
playing with you,
see
man.
next week,
All
man.
right, bye.
Okay, that's gonna be it. Thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. If you did, make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't already, join us in the Discord. That's where we hang out through the week. That's where we organize all of our games. And just want to give a thanks to Florg, Pex Elroy, Kilter68, and Spartan Bear for the subs, the cheers, the follows. Really appreciate all the support. So thank you. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's play tomorrow. All right. See you later.